Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video, I thought I would do a September favorites. So we're going to start off with the gel polish, and I've got 6 shades here from Kiki London. So we're going to come in and swatch these, and then we're going to do some nail art designs on top using some of my other September favorites. So I really hope you all enjoy watching. This first color is a classic from Kiki London. This is Brick Lane, and it is a stunning color for autumn. This has been one of my favorite gel polishes for autumn for a very long time. I feel as though it just gives off beautiful cozy vibes. Next up we have a Caramel Swell, and this is such a dreamy chocolatey color. You can see those caramel tones coming through, and I just think it's a beautiful color if you're wanting a more lighter brown. Personally, for me, I feel as though September is the slightly lighter autumn shades. I didn't actually include any yellow or oranges in this video because I've kind of used them a lot already at the start of the month, so I wanted to reach for some different colors. Next up we have the gorgeous brown suede. Now I think this color makes a beautiful background for any kind of nail art where you don't want to use something as bright as a white or a cream. It's got a hint of that beigey brown coming through, and it is just beautiful to work with. Now I've done 2 coats of all of these colors. However, this one especially, I feel as though you could get away with only doing 1 coat, especially if you're coming over the top or with some nail art. But this is just such a gorgeous shade. I really love that a lot of the Kiki London colours have this creamy consistency to them. They're very pigmented, so you can use 2 thin coats and you have full opacity. You don't get any shadowing or any unevenness. So I always come in and apply my first thin coat, keeping it fairly thin. A lot of the time, especially with these darker colors, you will still get quite a full opaqueness to them, if that makes sense. But then I do always come in and do my second coat. Sometimes if I'm working with a lighter or more sheer shade, I'll do this a little bit thinner. So once I've done my first coat, I've cured that for 30 seconds, and then we've done the second coat, curing that for 30 seconds as well, and I've done that on all 6 of these shades. Next up we have the beautiful Hazel Night. This is another color that I often reach for in autumn. It is stunning. It kind of has in one coat a bit of a jelly effect to it as well, and then you can see those beautiful shimmers. So if you did want to use this for like a jelly effect, you could definitely get away with doing that in 1 coat, but the second coat does give it a little bit more opacity, as you can see here. But just look at those rich autumnal colors or autumnal tone coming through. I love it. Next up we have Nudini. Now this is a more pale nude or pale cream, but it has a little hint of a pinky peach tone coming through to it, and again in autumn it's another color that I absolutely love as a background for nail art. So if you're stamping on things like orange or brown leaves, they really pop over this color, but it gives that nice cute cozy vibe to it without being super bright like a white would be. This looks great in a full set as well. So there we have my 6 September favorites when it comes to gel polish. Next up, let's do a nail art favourite for September, and it has been the classic metallic foils, also from Kiki London. As you can see, they have beautiful colours in them. All of the foil boxes contain, I think it's 12 foils, so you get quite a big selection. But I really love the metallic foils. They are so easy to apply, and these particular colours are just beautiful for the autumn months. So to apply my foils, I'm going to use the Kiki London foil gel, and I'm just going to do 1 thin coat of this. I did do this on all of the nails, but I've just showed you guys doing it on 1 because it's a bit repetitive. But I've just done a thin even coat of this to the entire nail and then cured it for 30 seconds. I've then cut out 6 of the foils that I've chose to use, and I'm going to do the same design on all of these nails, and I'm just going to lightly tap that metallic foil on. I don't want to fully cover the entire nail. I just want this shattered effect in the center of the nail, as this is one of my favorite designs to do with metallic foils. So on the Brick Lane, I went in with that first kind of like matte rose gold gold color. And then on Caramel Swell, I went for the gold. Then we've got brown suede, and I'm going to go for this bronzy color. I was kind of just playing around with color combinations as well in this set. You'll kind of see when we get to the stamping as well. So it was a bit of an experiment, but I really did enjoy pairing up the different foils with the different colors, because a lot of the time if I'm doing a design or a set on myself, I'll use the same color foil throughout the set. So it was really fun here to play around and check out the different combinations. Here we have a bold burgundy with a holographic foil, and I quite liked the effect that it gave off, but I did feel as though it looked a little bit Christmassy. This was my favorite with the Hazel Night base and then the gold foil. I just thought it looked beautiful, and then I felt as though Nudini paired up beautifully with this lighter rose gold foil as well. So this was a fun way just to test some different color combinations with the foils. Another favorite is the Autumn Leaves stamping plate from Miss Lucy. I love autumn, I love stamping, so this plate just has a special place in my heart. So to stamp, I'm going to be using Born Pretty stamping polishes. My stamper is just a cheap one from AliExpress. I think I did it in a recent AliExpress haul. And then I'm using a lint roller just to clean off my stamper. So I'm going to use a couple of different Born Pretty colour stamping polishes throughout this, because again, I wanted to play around with some autumn colours and see how well they combined. But predominantly I did feel as though the white popped the most over the foils and the coloured bases, because obviously there's a lot going on. You're not stamping directly over a plain background. It is a little hard with some of the designs, whether they pop or not. They do look as though they pop a little bit more in real life as what they did on the camera. So we stamped down our first leaf. Whenever you finish one design, you want to make sure you give your stamping plate a clean with some acetone, and then we're going to go in and do the third design, because unfortunately on the second design, I'm not quite sure what happened with the footage, but it was really badly out of focus, so I just cut it out. But you can kind of see in the top of the screen there, on Caramel Swell, I stamped over a burgundy leaf using the exact same techniques as we're doing on all of the others. I really loved how cute this one turned out. Like I said, I feel as though the white stamping polish pops the best over the foils, especially where it's not a full coverage background. On this one, I risked it and went in with some yellow. It's like a mustard yellow stamping polish, and it didn't look as good as what I wanted it to, but I did kind of like it. I liked the effect that it gave off. It kind of reminds me of like when it's raining and the leaves are all wet, because you've got that holographic shine to it. I don't know, it just gave off that vibe, so I quite liked it, but it just didn't pop as well as it could have. On this one, I'm going to actually stamp down these two little leaves together. So if you line up your stamping polish correctly, you can pick up more than one image at a time, and I love pairing up these two images together because it kind of gives off that falling leaves look. This now stayed my favorite out of all 6. And then on to the last one, I went with this kind of burgundy stamping polish again that we'd used over the Caramel Swell. I felt as though this looked a little bit more brown here though, although it's the same stamping polish. I think where it hasn't got the gold coming through, it picked up the pigmentation, or maybe I just used it a bit thicker because it looked completely different, but I'm pretty sure it was the same stamping polish. Once I have finished all of my stamping, I give my stamper a good clean with the lint roller. That's all I use on my stamper to clean it. I don't use any acetone or anything like that, simply a clean side of a lint roller. And then on my scraper and my stamping plate, I'm going to go in with a lint pad and some acetone, just give that a good clean. As you can see, this stamping plate, it looks quite messy. It's very well used, this one, so it's not as clean as what it could be. I need to go in and give it like a good deep clean, and not only clean it with some acetone but polish it up a little bit as well, because I've had it a couple of years and it's one of my go-to stamping plates for autumn. Now we're going to come in and top coat. So I'm using my favorite top coat, which is the Kiki London crystal top coat. This top coat has a beautiful high shine, but I do love how well it applies over stamping. You don't get any any pitting or separation like you do with some top coats. It just goes on beautifully, and I love that it has an ever so slightly thicker consistency to a regular top coat, so it kind of gives a bit of a hardened encapsulation layer as well. It's really hard wearing when you're wearing it on your natural nails, but it has the most beautiful shine to it as well. So I'm going to apply a thin coat of this to all of the nails and then pop this in to cure for 60 seconds, and then that will take us to the end of the video once I have finished top coating Hazel Night and Nudini. So I really enjoyed doing this, just picking out some favorites for the month and creating a design using only those products. So it's definitely something I'm going to try and do each month. I'm already starting to think what I will pick for October. So let me know what you thought of this video idea in the comments below. Let me know if there's any particular designs you would like to see or any tutorials, and I shall be uploading another video very, very soon. If you did all enjoy today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below and hit that subscription button if you haven't already. It's been a long road, but I'm very nearly at 10k subscribers on YouTube, which I'm really, really grateful for. So thank you to all of those who watch, comment, subscribe and all of that jazz. It really is appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.